Where's my vape? There it is. Right, let's see if I remember to do this. Import. I think. 73 QAE. It work? It didn't work. Oh! No. An importer code. Where? Oh. It's at the bottom.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
Right, let me pause really quick. Pause really quick. Let me just quickly. I shall put it in the. What's this name? The group chat for everyone. So. Oh, hi Evan. I'm just reviewing Casper because it's probably the best thing I can do, considering I can't really review OW2 anymore. I'm more of probably a comms person. But if people want to chime in and watch, they can. And for anyone watching, Casper or anyone else, don't take it with a pinch of salt, but don't grab a hunk of it of salt. Because, like, I'm very out of my depth when it comes to coaching, is the best way to put it. Right, so you're playing Ryan, Hansel, Sim, Curricle, Mercy. Mercy is just useless off the bat. Salmon, if you're playing Ryan, you just go Lucio. Like, because people still think Mercy's valid to heal team members constantly. She's not. Son Casper boss. Uh, there's no point playing her. There's just 0 point because who's she gonna pocket? The Sim, useless. The Hansel, eh. If your Hansel's cracked out of his mind, it'd be good, but there's no point because he's got one shot potential. You just go Lucio, so Casper can speed in because that's what Casper's gonna need the most of. Right, you're playing Ryan, so what I assume's gonna happen is you would TP the point. Okay, we've wasted TP. There's no point unless B switches from spawn. There's no point. Unless TP comes back. I actually don't know how TP's cool then. It's 11 seconds. I would rather... See if you had a Lucio, right? You speed from spawn. TP to point. You have point control. That's it. Sorted. Done, dusted. See? It's just simple as that. But if you're playing Rhine, you're Casper, basically you're just going to Rhine duel. But it's gonna be hard for you because you'll notice you're gonna go against two DPS counters. So see how they get there kind of same time. Kind of, so it's not too bad. Trade fire strikes. It's not too bad. So what you've got to watch out for in this comp is they have a May Reaper. Basically, you're gonna get absolutely shafted, and there's no one to help you. So what? Yeah, this is my remote moving. There's no one helping you. Basically, there's just nothing. If you get your ass fucked, it's not your issue because you can't do much considering you're against two hard counters, three hard counters almost. Yeah, so you go watch it from May walls. So you've just got to bait out the May walls. But what you can do is, if you have a sim, B can set up turrets and you can play around his turrets. But the best way to do that is you would have to like claim space here and turret here, so you get more value. Because without sim turrets, you're fucked, basically. So we engage. You're walking forward, that's fine. Right, so the Reaper's already half, that's alright. I'm just gonna slow it down just a little bit. So straight away, they wall, and it's a shit wall, so you're completely fine. Like, you have no issues whatsoever. The Reaper's TPing. So you're in. That's fine. At this point, the team, you guys need to be calling, whoever it is, Salmon, Zoom, B, that you're walled. Even though they can get around you, if they say you're walled, you know not to fucking back up here. Because if you back up here, you're fucking fucked. Because they're still coming round. And as they come round, like, they're in open as well. So best bet for the team is you say you're walled, play to your left. Because that means Casper will know, okay, behind me's walled. I'm fucked. If I play here though, you have cover, your team has cover, and you can take space more securely now because wall's been used. Because if you fight here in between this and you push them back to here, you have all this fucking cover and angles. You pretty much win the fight. So you pin. I mean, you didn't really need to pin like at all. I get what you were going to go for. You were going to pin the Rhine and then you know, push him into a wall. But you realised, since it's cancelable now, what the fuck's the point? Because you're just gonna get your fucking ass raped by this May and the Reaper wherever he is. Where's the Reaper gone? Right, he's in your back line. Salmon, at this point, hold on. I just want to see this. I want to count. I get I'm reviewing you, Casper, but I want to count this. I really want to count this. Because you engage, right? Nice, freely, easily. It's a good duel. So their Reaper TP's behind, right? You can clearly hear that he's TP'd, and you can clearly see he's TPing. You especially can see he's TPing. I would argue B can also see, Zoom can probably also have seen that the Reaper TP'd. So even if you're wrong, say the Reaper's TP'd behind. Because even if you're wrong, and he's TP'd over fucking here, he's TP'd somewhere. So that gives your team an indication, right, fucking watch your dicks. Because at that point, you say he's behind. Salmon, as Mercy, his job's to scan. Because he doesn't need to like look at anyone to heal. As Mercy, you need to like scan about the whole fucking area. You need to be like, right, where's this person? Where's that person? Where's this person? Because if Salmon scans right, the Reaper T's behind. Now we're gonna count from this point to see how long it takes for any cunt to turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 seconds it took. It took 6 seconds for Krabs to turn around and shoot a Reaper. That clearly shows we're just not common. Sam, as a Mercy, you scan. Like you're similar to like as a normal off support like a Lucio. You'd be looking about the place, trying to find info, trying to figure out if someone's moving somewhere. You basically call most of it because you can see everything without worrying too much. Because Casper's busy fighting and everyone else is busy shooting. All you're busy doing is healing. It's not a big deal. But 6 seconds to turn and shoot a Reaper is fucking unreal. Like that's too long. That's way too long. Because if this Reaper was competent, Salmon would be dead. Like if this Reaper had a pair of balls on him and was competent, Salmon would have died. Because you can see he hesitated. He was like, "There's no way they're not going to see me, and they're not going to turn around after a second or two of me shooting." But it took us a whole clip and a half from him to turn around. And if the Reaper was competent, had good aim, he would have killed Salmon right off the bat. Anyway, back to Salmon. Back to Salmon, back to Casper. You're dueling. You're fine. The Reaper died because he's shit. At this point, the Reaper's dead. See if you had a Lucio, you would just fucking speed on top of them. Because now you don't have anything to worry about. Unless they may walls, which he has. But if you are speeding as a group, there's no issues. Right, this is the first mistake you made. As soon as the point came active, you're like, fuck, I'm going to point. But like, why? Because you're here to start. Their whole team's fucking got the majority of this choke. Your team's playing a corner. Yeah, but the thing is though, calling point, right? I get calling point's a thing, but it was still the wrong call only because you were here. Like you were like kind of pretty far back, and they were at a corner. If you call point and you go straight away, which is what you did because it's your best option at that point, if you're going to go to point, your team has like a good 5-10 seconds. No, I get that, but it's just that they're still stuck here. Like they either have to go all the way around, or they have to walk into that team, and your team gets. I think how you lose this. I think that's how you lose the fight, was because they walked on top of them. Because all the Lucio's got to do is speed on top of you. You die. That is it. Like that whole team gets wiped in a heartbeat if they ignore you because you're not a big deal. You're on half HP. You've got no heals near you. You're fucking. You're pretty much useless at that point. But it's all right. Just to watch the positioning. That's all. Because if you position, if you're halfway across the point, it's not bad. And this is why you need a Lucio here. Because if the Reaper died, you either speed on top of them or you speed go point, and that means you just move as a team quickly, which is what's their advantages. So their Ryan pins in, kills Kiriko, which is bound to happen, and I think your whole team get wiped. So they may peeled, and see how. Oh wait, this is weird. Their team's not pushed that much. Right, so they've made a mistake. They've split up, which is bad. See at this point, right? See at this point, this is a communication thing again, not from you. Yeah, the whole fight is just Lucio. Like that's all it is. They have a Lucio. This is how you lost. Is they just had a Lucio player because Mercy gets zero value, like literally nothing. If you have a Lucio, you have a better advantage on Rhine. And really, your comp's not fit to take their comp. Sim's not really the best pick. I understand why we chose the Sim, but there's just there's no point. There's just 0 point in it. So at this point, your team should be coming to you to back up because you're by yourself, just under half HP. You've got a Mei on you, Moira coming. I think this team backs. I think they back up to then come fight you. Because at this point, you engage. Which again isn't your fault. It's just there's no communication. So see, you turn around. See, this is when you realise you fucked up. You're like, oh wait, fucking wait a minute. Everyone's on the way at the back, and then everyone's rotated. Because I think the Lucio speeds on top of you, does he not? No, he's just having a good time. Never mind. So you get fucked because you just went to point. You went to point too early. Even if you called it, it was too early, and nobody let you know that they had to back up and they were by themselves. Where you were by yourself. No one just let you know, which is up to your team to let you know. Also, you to like, kind of notice, but at the end of the day, it's no communication. So you lose the fight. You lose the fight. You just get fucking shat on. B should be dead. How is B not dead? How is B not dead? There we go. Right, B dies. Right, you're coming up to Shatter. You should probably know you have Shatter more compared to their Rhine just because you've been dueling a little bit more. So you pin right on top of their Rhine. This is when we just collapse. This is see here, right? This is when you need like a Lucio. You just fucking kill their Rhine, hunt him down. He should die, right? Yeah, nice fire strike. See at this point, speed on top of them, win the game. Speed on top, Shatter, win. That's it. That was literally all you had to do. But you just win anyway. Right, pinning in, not bad. It's fine. You can go for it. He's winning the fight. See, that's because of their mistakes. That's all right. See here, we just collapse on top of the Rhine. See what you're doing. This is good. This is good. We still should just keep on going. Yeah, you just keep on going. Keep on slapping. Yeah. Because there's no point not stopping. Like the Rhine just pinned in. Right, you have Shatter. You know he has Shatter. If you have Shatter, assume the other Rhine has Shatter. Just assume it right off the bat. Straight away, you're going to assume he has Shatter. So one thing you got to watch out for. It's the same as every other Rhine duel with Shatters, except pinning can be feinted. But really, in reality, it kind of can't be feinted. I've not tested it, but as soon as the Rhine presses pin, I'm sure there's like a second or two before we can actually press cancel again, so you can't exactly block it. All you've got to watch out for is the wall. But this is when you say to your team, right, I have Shatter. Thoughts on the soldier sword? Did we switch the legs? I mean, It's not a bad choice. I don't mind the legs when you've got a Mercy at that point. Like, it's not the end of the world. But the one thing we need to look at is we look at their comp. Because as soon as we notice they're playing a Reaper, May, Ryan, Lucio Mar, you just know they're going to collapse on every single frontline hero. So your Reinhardt's going to get collapsed on every single fight. So I don't mind it. But if you play legs pocket, you can't exactly, like, play super aggressive choke. Like, you can't really play up here. You would have to, like, pull back, and you would probably need to have... Your legs would need to set up, basically. You would need to play around setting your legs up somewhere. So B would play here, or he'd play over to the top left, and you would have to try and narrow them into fighting you guys at a certain point, choke point, for when B can just get value. In my opinion, I wouldn't even have went legs. I would have just fucking got off the Mercy, went Lucio, and then just either go Reaper, or fucking just go May as well. Like, you may as well go for a similar mirror, because that gives Casper the frontline push that he needs. Because really, Casper should be dying every fight. Like, Casper, you should be dying every fight. You should be getting frustrated because you're getting 0 value. Because they should be fucking murdering you every single time. So you know you have Shatter, right? That's fine. So they walk in straight away. Where the fuck? Where's your team? Wait a minute. Where the fuck's everyone? Zoom's just shouldn't even be here, mate. There's no point in getting poke value. Like, they have a Lucio. This is the thing. They just have the one hero that you have to worry about. Because if you just go around here, right? Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. What the fuck? I went very far back. Let me forward. Let me forward. I didn't even mean that. Keep going. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, if you guys play here to get poke value, even if it's for a second or two, they speed on top of your Rhine dies. That is it. And even if he doesn't die, Casper needs to back up. And he can't back up here, because you guys are there. So you guys will get just shat on. So he needs to back up here. It leaves you into an outside shitty corner point where you just get shat on. So I assume that's what happens. I assume you guys went for poke, thinking it was valuable, which isn't really valuable when they have a Lucio. Because you have to think to yourself, right, their whole team's out there. They have a Lucio. Why would we go peek? Why would we go poke? And especially, like, this is the most useless poking angle. What are you gonna get? Like, like, physically, what can you get? Like, nothing. There's nothing to shoot at. And yeah, by the time to get those stairs, you can rotate, but at that time, they could have just sped on top of you lot and died. That's fine, we'll continue. Guess what, you're playing fine. You're playing completely fine. See here, right? What I would do is like peek. Like you can jump out and like peek. Because if you stand stagnant like that, you may not get any information. Like that's just the one. Oh shit, that's a cool. Is this Rain's original skin? It's clean as fuck. Like, just constantly like poking out. Even if you have swinging shields, see if you constantly like peek, you get constant information on what's going on. Yeah, basically. Shield peek or just peek in general. Like, honestly. Because as long as you do not go past here, you can't get walled. Like, you're completely safe. And it gives you info. Because clearly you're not going to get any info from this. And Salmon can't give you info because he can't see anything. The only person that can would be B. But at that point it's too late because he's not even there yet. So just like try and rely on your own information. So they walk in. You somehow get a shatter off. Yeah, you could do the 3D thing as well. The 3D, the third person. Fuck me, 3D. You could do the third person peek. It is valuable. But they like at the same time they can see that potentially. It's not like they get any value, but if your shield pokes out, they shoot it. But yeah, you get a big slam off, which somehow you got off. Fuck knows how. And you should win. I'm going to rewind just because I want to see what happened to Salmon and Zoom. I wasn't really paying attention to them there. I want to see what they done. Because you would have called, I'm going to shatter this fight. These fucking dickheads should ken. There shouldn't be 3 folk out here and 1 person not there. You're by yourself. So see, by the time you slam right, you guys have had zero value. Like Zoom, you've had no value. Sound, you've got well, you get value from just existing, really, but it's no value. Grabs, you got zero value because you just aren't here to fight in time. By the time he slams, these are out here, just at this corridor, where Reinhardt coming to rip you in half, a Lucio coming to rip you in half, and then Casper's got a May and Reaper about to fucking finger him. And B, you're just having a good time. Like, this fight should have been losable. Like, honestly. Because this Lucio speeds, I think. I think he sped. If he speeds, and all he has to shout is, right, or just go on top of the Mercy fucking in the right door, the Rhine turns around, the Rhine alone will kill you free. Like, he doesn't need to worry about your damage output. Like, he can pretty much kill you free, or he can force you guys to move away. Because you just can't walk in if he turns. So he turns too late. Like, way too late. Because if he just fucking sped in and slapped you once, you would all panic. And Casper should be dead. So he's fight, it's scrappy. Yeah, see, Crab, see, this is where you should have been in the first place. You should have just been here. Like, this whole time. You should have just been playing this angle. And Sammy should have been here with you, playing this angle. Zoom, you should be fucking here playing this angle. Yeah. Yeah, that's also true, actually. I didn't even fucking clock that. Thank you, Evan. Yeah, their rank could have shattered you, Freeze would have died. That's not your fault, Casper. Because they went outside to poke. I don't know why. You just don't need to poke out there. It's useless. So we Suzu. That's good, Suzu. Oh, Salmon fed his brains out, which is definitely good. So see, these are even at this point, and B's here. B shouldn't even be here. So they shatter because you go to pin. I would say it's unlucky, but at the same time, you shouldn't have pinned. I understand why you pinned was because B was in the back line, and you thought if you pinned, then you could give B a hand. But in doing so, you completely just let the other teammates behind you get fucking fingered. Like, as soon as you shatter, assume their round's going to shatter the same fight. Because that's 9 times out of 10, they will. If you shatter and your shatter doesn't win the fight, he will counter shatter you at some point. It's just it's in people's heads. It's a mental thing. They assume you shatter, so they should shatter. So whenever you shatter, assume they will shatter you. And if you don't shatter the Rhine, assume he's going to counter shatter you in a heartbeat. Because that's what usually happens. So you get shattered. B feeds his brains out and is still not dead yet because they've not turned around. You get fingered and the whole team you lose. That whole fight was just shit. You played it fine, Casper, until you pinned. You played the perfect fight till you pinned. The rest of the team, on the other hand, played it completely wrong. Like, you're picking the wrong angles to fight at. Like, because yeah, you shoot them from here. Crabs may get a pick, but you don't need a Mercy and a Kiriko out here. Like, you just don't. And B, honestly, you could have stayed here, or you could have rotated and played where they all were. I don't think you should have played fucking around into their backline, because again, they have a Lucio. You look at their comp, right? You look at their comp, and you think to yourself, they're playing Rush. All they care about is speeding into my asshole. So if we take time and go take angles, by the time we get to those angles, they rush in, which is what happened to B. By the time he came round to poke, they were already fingering you. So like, B got zero value, just because of that. You need to just be aware of what comp they play. Because if they play, let's say they played fucking, I don't fucking know, Sig. Let's say they play like a poke comp on this map, then it's not so bad if B goes round. Because in a poke comp, they have to take it slow. They can't just push in like a Reinhardt. They have to like stagger their way into you, slowly creep and take feet off of you. And then B, that's when B can get value, but not in this comp. He just doesn't get it. So yeah, you played it fine. It was a good shatter, to be fair. Personally, you probably should have waited, or just shattered the Rhine and the Reaper. Because I get it's the Moira and the Mei. Oh my god, she's Lang. Fish. Look at that arm. Fuck you! Woohoo! Look at her arm. Because it's just you kill them quicker, but it's more value trying to take out the people that's gonna finger you. So there's a fine slam. It's not like he didn't get the meh. And then yeah, Salmon gets booped in because he's just playing the complete wrong fight. He shouldn't be. He shouldn't have his healing beam on you. He should be over at Krabs. So he dies. He gets shad. He's loses the fight. And then B somehow gets a kill, and then B should die. And they, right? See here, you know they don't have cool now, because B would have said they've just used cool on me, or he would be like they've just used cool on me. Haha, why would they do that? So now you guys know you have ults coming online. They will have ults coming online. The only ults you have seen is cool and shatter. So you will know Reaper and Mail are coming. So here you just take the space. See how we're hesitant. See how we're still hesitant. We shouldn't be. Like literally just walk forward because they're not taking your angles. And when you're in here, it's safer. Because if they have a May Reaper ult and you're stuck out there, they can't exactly ult you. It's a dub from Zoom's Chad. So like, see if there's space to take, just take it, Casper. If they don't follow you, that's not your issue. Like, you take space. You tell them I'm going forward. Because by the time, right, if you took the space earlier, you would be fighting them here. Which is hard for them, because they're in a corridor. And you guys have Dragon and Kiriko ult. And yes, they have Reaper Mail, but if they have Reaper Mail and you're contesting each other in this massive room, it's not the greatest. Yeah, I don't know. Your skin's like weird as fuck. You're like red. So we kill the Reaper. And at this point, you just... See, it's a good fight now, but we're lucky because the Reaper fed. And they didn't claim space. Because if we rewind back, that's the better English.
Team kill.
Right, let's get over to that point again. I just want to like prove up. This is kind of like giving to a team review, guys. So I'm so sorry, but I'm focusing on you mainly. It's just that you aren't fucking up too much compared to the rest of your team. No offense to the rest. So see, let me rewind back yet. Actually, I didn't even rewind back. Fuck it, whatever. But in reality, you're out here for a good 3-4 seconds, not doing fuck all. When you could have claimed this corner really, really quick, and then you'd fight them at a really shitty angle, and then they would struggle. Because this is what I mean. You just drag in this corner, and most of them will die. So you walk forward, you pin. It's not bad. It's not the end of the world. This is when Yuko's a May outside, which I assume, yeah, they're all coming for you. Yeah, this is good. You just go claim the space. That's it, you just go claim it. Now you want to keep your space. Because if you claim this, the rest of your dickheads get more value. Right, see this position we're at now. This is so much better. B is fine. Krabs is in a great spot. And so is him. Yeah, Lucio gets so much value, bro. I know, like, we shouldn't be playing Mercy. I get it that we switched the legs for it now, but we just play the Lucio into this comp and you just win. Because it takes time to figure this out. Because you're going to focus on your own team play. But when you get, not to toot my horn or anything, when you get higher up in the ranks, you can clock on individual players on their team who are making mistakes. So their Ryan likes to just walk forward by himself. You can clock that. You can clock that Lucio is not speeding on top of you guys. You can clock that. And when you can clock mistakes like that, that means you know they have a weak link, and that means you know you can get more value. So here's fine. See how we're playing now? This is perfect. Yeah, I don't know why like they didn't think about it. It's fucking mental. See here, this is the perfect position. You're playing fine. And see what you're doing now, Casper? You're jumping out, you're swinging, you're constantly peeking this window. This is what needs to happen. Because that makes them aware you're there. And I know you're like, well, I can hide and get a free pin. There's no point. Because if you pin, you die. If you pin here, Yeah, you may squish some cunt here, but all they've got to do is speed. Wall here, roughly, you die. So just see what you're doing now. You're constantly peeking, taking the duel. That's good. This is what you want. See what you're doing now. Constantly swinging. So they mail, which is not bad at all. Like, yeah, these are far back, and yeah, you're far forward, but it's not the end of the world. Because they, they fuck up the blizzard anyway. Jesus. So this is when Thingy should cleanse you. It's a bit of a late cleanse. Zoom. Only because Casper was frozen by that point, and then he gets pinned. So really, your cleanse wasn't valuable. Because when he gets pinned, he's not frozen anymore. I don't think. Slightly earlier would have been a lot more value for Casper. But what we shouldn't be doing is backing up. Like, we're backing up and leaving Casper to fend for himself. And he's lucky he's out. He's lucky he's alive. So you're fine, Casper. You're backing up. That's the right thing to do. Just shield hop back. You're just constantly going to bounce back. And you claim this corner. This is fine. But B shouldn't have visored wherever he is. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my YouTube up and read your comments, because I can read them, but they cut off because you type so much. Let me see what you're saying. Yeah, we don't exactly need to back. We can have backed up, but you're by yourself, which is a mistake. We can't leave Casper behind, lads. Like, we cannot. You pin. I don't know why you pinned. I guess it's because B's in the back line and they turn around. And yes, you get a kill, but it's arguable getting value. It paid off, but it's arguable that you got value out of it. Very arguable, because B should have died like 10 times earlier. Like, it's weird, but it's fine. You pinned, you got a kill. I don't mind it. I would have pinned in that scenario as well, so I can't really fault you too much. Right, timer's coming up. Again, we're playing in a fine position. This is good. This is a big sack, big balls. This is a good position. This is how we should be playing this comp. Not this. Coming out to this window and B fucking off to do his backline banditing, which he's done all fight, which is not really the most valuable thing. These are playing, like, separated in a way, but these are using your value. So see here, you should just keep on peeking. Like, I get you're waiting for your shatter, but just keep on peeking. Because I fear that they should be aware you have shatter, so this round shouldn't be pinning in like that. So you shatter a huge amount, and you get the cue card. No, it wasn't too bad. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at the end of the day. Because it's working. The round doesn't look at it, so oh, that was a very nice pin. Fuck me. I think you lose this fight because... I don't think you lose the fight because of pin. I'm going to watch this Reaper for a minute. Again, right? Let's look at everyone's screen. You can kind of see... You can see the Reapers moved. Salmon probably could have seen. B, no point being here. You would die straight away. Crabs would have also saw, and you would have saw the Reapers TPing. We just call it. I don't care if you don't know where he's going. Just say he's TPing behind. I don't care if we killed him at the end of the day. It's just stupid. Winning the fight still doesn't matter if we're just still being fucking stupid. We know this Reaper's TPing. Fair dues, he fucked it up. But if he got his TP back there, and no one called his TPing behind, this is how he got a free value. Because see if you watch Crabs, right? No one knows. No one knows. You can hear him. I can hear him that he's coming behind. We finally realized when he comes in and ults. But see, if we said earlier he's TPing behind, Crabs could have at least have turned around and tried to have killed him, or put damage in so he can't get a free death blossom up. So yeah, let's kill your fucking Hanzo Mercy. He dies because he's fucking shit, and B gets value at the very end. Where are you? You get pinned off the map. That was a nice pin. And we win the first round. That's not bad. It's not bad.
Ready for battle.
You didn't really fuck up much, to be fair, Casper. Wait, this just... We're on the same map. Yeah. Wait a minute.
5, 4.
Ah! Ah! What the fuck was that? Oh, interesting. You played fine. I think you just need to be more aware of peeking. Yeah, well, I don't know that. I didn't know that's how Overwatch work. Hold on. So, you played fine. I think you played quite well. See, I didn't actually know that, you know. Didn't know that side of it. I thought you played well. It's just communication. Can I? Where? Where did I go? Let me move up. I don't know who that Miles Coles is. But hello. Look up. I'm looking up. I don't get it. Oh, it's B. Hi, B. Welcome. Right. I can't be running. I mean, don't mind it. It's not great. Again, just don't play Mercy. There's no point. Honestly, next time someone picks Mercy like this, if you don't have pocket potential, or it's just a shit map from pocket potential, tell Salmon to get off Mercy. Just get the fuck off her. I don't care if he says no. Tell him to get a grip. Like, just take him off. Exactly, because they get there before you lot. They will just beat you to it. Because if you're gonna play a sim, you need a Lucio. If you play a sim, you just need a Lucio on this point because you need to get there first. Sim gets no value unless she's there first. Unless she gets none. But it's alright. It's okay. It's not bad. I may be being too nice. I don't mind it. I don't mind the comp, personally. I think it's not a bad comp. It's not good comp, but it's not bad comp. You just shouldn't be playing Mercy makes this comp shit. Like, literally, that's it. Sammy makes your comp dog shit. Because there's just no point playing Mercy. There's no point. But anyway, move on. So in this, you just want to just get the point first and just have point control. But see how we're so slow? And see how they're pretty much there by the time we get here. And they probably have noticed. They definitely probably saw. They should have noticed you're playing Sim. So they've probably called it. See how crazy we are peeking here. If this would look at this, see, that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen from us. Like, you know they've played Widow. She's shot 2 or 3 shots, and we're still like... We're still just fucking standing like headless chickens.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, you could play May Reaper. Like, it's a very, like, make them come to us point type of comp. But you should know, right, this is silly. This is where you really should have put your shield up, Casper. The Widow was shot straight away. Oh shit, probably went too far forward. So you know, okay, they have a Widow. You shield. You shield here because you're not going to take much shield damage because no one's peeking you. So if you shield, you just get a free TP up. You need to shield them anyway, coming through TP. So this is just a knowledge of where the TP is going to go, because you should know roughly that it's going to go about into that doorway. So this is where you should have shielded. But again, if you're going to TP, everyone you should kind of know where his TP is going to go. And Salmon's still walking back and forth, like very passively. Like he was here, he was there, he was here, he was then back here, and then he was like, "Fuck, let me go hide." So that's how Casper dies. But you don't go in together. These are in so late because Salmon died. So B comes in, you're into their backline. I don't know how the fuck you got there. And we're out the doorway. Somehow you got a kill or two. And here you die. You just weren't playing Lucio. And that's how you lost that fight. These were not playing Lucio, and you didn't have your shield up because they had a Widow. But you wouldn't have had that issue if you had a Lucio. This is how your comp eventually just is fucking dire because there's no Lucio to help you guys out. So you lose the fight. You lose the fight. Nothing to really blame here, other than not having a Lucio. So fuck you, Salmon. Okay. Yeah, no, B, you're right, bro. B, see if you knew this, right? Don't be afraid just to fucking shout or like tell Salmon just don't play Mercy. There's no point because he can play Lucio. Salmon loves me Lucio. I'm surprised Salmon with his own game sense knows he should be going Lucio. It's fine. We go Tracy here. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at the end of the day because I get you want to counter the Widow, but you're gonna have to take a long time to get up there. Yeah, I don't mind them playing Rhine, you know. I think at the end of the day, if you aren't playing Lucio, it can work, but it's not the most valuable thing. Because you just lose a lot of value, Casper. Right, we go to May. That's good that you went to May. B. See, Evan knows. Evan, you do the whole team chatting. You can what comps are best. I don't. I get playing Tracer because of their supports, but again, with this map, you kind of have to get in the whole team's face to get value. Like you have to enter from these corners basically into their team because their comp is playing in their Rhine. Like these two are going to finger the Reinhardt. Like, so really, in reality, you may get value, but basically you have to go into a death trap to get value. And if you're really good to get out of it, which I don't thought you couldn't. So here is we're taking a bad duel spot, Casper. How do I explain it? You dictate as Reinhardt how you want to play, how you want to take fights. Nobody else dictates it. You dictate it. You're the tank player. Taking this angle's really, really shit because they have a Widow, and you guys know Widow's gonna position here or down here. Like you just know it. So fighting this, as you drop your shield to take the Rhine duel, she can get a pick. Because if the rest of your team don't peek, they don't get value. So I would have only have said you just fucking rotate. Which you may do. See where Krabs is going. We should have all went that way. All of us. Because you're very weak. I don't know how you're very weak. Zoom's not back. Okay, that was just no communications. So yeah, we back up. The pin's not bad. Pin's not bad. But it's just like we're just lucky that we're getting kills here. You should have died many ago. Again, if we had a Lucio, we speed on top of them. I'm just gonna shove at the Lucio thing because it's not gonna happen. So you walk forward, you're fine. You don't need to fire strike if you're gonna fight the Rhine. I get why you do it. A lot of Reinhardts do it. I myself do it sometimes, but there's no point. Your swing does more damage, and it's just better compared to fire strike. And if you swing, you can cancel it. With fire strike, you can't cancel your fire strike. So this is how you got so low on HP. Was you chose to fire strike something that was in your face, which isn't needed. But I get you trying to get that extra burst damage. So we walk forward. We get a decently good May wall. It's not the best May wall, but it's a good May wall nonetheless. Again, we just know the Widow's here. So at that point, you just lose the fight. I'm assuming Coast Evan's this. I'm assuming Coast is here. Yeah, you could bait Coast. It's not a bad shout. If he's bait Coast, you should come back around, and they've already rotated. It gives you a lot of free space. But you could have also played. I'm gonna call this Corridor. You could play Corridor because these are pretty much safe from the legs and the Widow. And when you choose to walk forward, you know the Widow's there, so you can kind of take the duels. Krabs can kind of take the duel. Zim can kind of shoot at her. So you just kind of get value from doing that. But Evan's more of the comp man compared to me. He probably knows more than me now. I'm the tank bitch. So you get shattered. Didn't even see that. Good friends. See what I mean? You get so low because you fire strike. No point. So you... Yeah, it'll take time to call, bro. It takes time to become the main caller. But even then, I would argue Salmon should be calling a lot more than you should be calling, because he sees everything. So you back up, get Mega. You didn't need to look at the Mega, you just backed up, but it's fine. So B's walking forward and should die, but doesn't die. See what I mean by we're just fire striking for burst damage. I can't get to you now. Where are you? There you are. Like, there's no point because you're in his face. Because it just gives him a lot of opening time to shatter. Oh. Oh. I didn't think. Oh. I don't think he should have got that. If they fixed me, I thought maybe can block shatters. Should I may have blocked that shatter? Ah, oh well. Anyway, yeah, you fire strike, which just gives him openings. I thought you could. I thought you would have blocked that. Yeah, you go for fire strike for burst damage. I thought personally that should have gotten blocked, but I don't know if May's no longer a blockable like entity anymore. So I don't know the signs behind it. But you get shattered. You should have known he had shattered, to be fair. So you should have known you should be careful. You are just playing a baiting game, like with Rhine. And higher ranks is harder because you can take really long, aggressive fights and then block a shatter. But in lower ranks, you both will know you both have shatter, and you both will kind of be very passive. Ah, that's a bit shit then. I can fault you on that block, kinda, because I thought that would have blocked it. But yeah, in lower ranks with Rhine deals, these are both. You see me play comp with me probably. If I know their Rhine has shatter, I'm very passive about it. I'm not. This is like a bad habit. I'm very passive because I know he has shatter. Um, so these are both gonna be really passive. So these both are in a standstill, but it's all right. So you get shattered and they don't capitalize. But again, this Widow's just getting too much value. Here, yeah, you probably should have went coast or baited coast. But again, you don't have a Lucio, so you can't beat them to point by speeding coast. It's annoying that you're playing the Mercy. It's costing you guys. It costs you pretty much all your scrim matches on this day, but you just played Mercy all the time. Not, not projecting the blame to you, Salmon, but you play Mercy just closes down every single opportunity you pretty much have as playing a team. Like, it's just no value. It's as simple as that. Like it can't be argued. So it's just you just shouldn't be playing Mercy. So yeah, you should lose this fight. Yeah, here you back up. You should still be back in here. So if you call close, it's not bad, but it's hard to coach this because you're just playing Mercy, and you just shouldn't be. Really, if you're, at this point you're playing Mercy, you should have just changed all your comp. Like, Casper could have either went Doom. You probably could have went a Horse. I like Horse, to be fair. I'm very biased. Horse is a fun hero. Could have played Doom, like Evan said, and B could have went the Tracer. If you're switching the comp up anyway, B could have went the Tracer. You would have just opened up a bit more. And B could have went fucking... Fuck knows. B could have went anyone else. And Hans was alright. But... It's hard to play this comp when you have a Mercy. So you have Shatter, right? Yeah. Doom's not a bad choice here. Doom's not a bad pick. And then if you went fucking, I don't know, if you went Tracer Legs or Tracer Soldier, or just, I get people think Soldier may not be as valuable because it's very blocked off this area. But our damage is still nuts. Anyway. Because that means the Mercy gets value. You don't have to worry about not getting support. You don't have to worry about not getting a speeding in, speeding out, speeding when you shatter. You don't have to worry because you don't need it because you're playing Doom. And B doesn't need to fucking go a hero to constantly try and help you out, which doesn't give him a lot of value because you can't get a lot of help because you don't have Lucio to give you a lot of help, even though B's helping. So yeah, you probably could have went Doom or like fucking Horse. So you take the deal. One thing that's value so you know they're all here, and you know he doesn't have Shatter. One thing you could have done is to jump. I call it. It's got a name for it, but I call it my name. You just done the jump slide shatter. If you jump here, triangle, but just before you land, you slide across and you just fucking hit all of them. Which I think you maybe do. So B dies because again, this Widow's getting so much value. We should be rotating, but we're not. Okay, why don't you shatter here? Like, why not? You shattered like 20 seconds ago. And if you don't land it, you don't land it. But this round's dog shit. Because everyone dies because they're just peeking this Widow like fucking crazy. Crowd shouldn't have died there. See where you're here now. This is where we should be as a team. I don't care if we have to fucking take a whole entire U-turn all the way around this map to get over here just so we back the Widow up. I don't give a flying fuck. But she gets too much value because we're just not caring. And we're not positioning well enough to avoid her. You don't need to pin. I get you tried to pin him in, but there's no point because their whole team's behind you. So you die. See here, why aren't we shattering? No, why not? Like, why not? Like, still, why are we not shattering? Like here, why don't we just jump shatter? The amount of opportunities you have to shatter was unreal. I get you're hesitant. Because, again, you're just doing the same thing that most rounds do when they round deal, is they're hesitant, they're going to get blocked. Just fucking send it. Because they know you're backing up. So see this fight here is probably an even better opportunity than what you could have done down over here. They know half your team is fucking in spawn. Or well, two of them are in spawn. Both your DPS are in spawn. They know they just have to walk in front of you. And you die. So Ryan pins in, right? You don't need to jump out and shatter this. You get 0 value doing that. Their Rhine comes in, you pin in, that's fine. It's not good, it's not bad. So you're weak, and this is when they know you're weak. They know, fuck me, he's gonna die. There's no way he lives. It's not letting your ego take over. It's utilizing your knowledge. So there's a lot of things to take in consideration when you're gonna use Rhine Shatter. What's their shield HP? What's their Rhine's HP? What's your HP? What's your shield HP? Do they have speed? Do they have Window? Do they have anti? Do they have fucking Suzu? Do you guys have speed? Is all your team there? Is half their team there? Is half your team there? Is all their team there? There's like fucking 20 things you gotta figure out. But here you know, I'm weak. They're gonna press me. You know it. You're gonna back up. They know they're gonna press you. You know your Fokker and Spawn, and you know you have 2 support ults, but they can't exactly help you when it's just you there. And you know they're gonna walk forward with speed, which is what he should do. He should amp here.
You want that louder?
Okay, he kind of amps. See, as soon as you go here, come background slam. All of them get hit. Like you literally walk out. Slam. Like, still walk out slam. Like, you could have walked out. Yeah, he maybe could have blocked it because he put his shield up there, but you could have probably got the slam off. Either way, you need to utilize your disadvantages and make an advantage. Gandhi 101. Yeah, literally, just think to yourself, I am going to land the shatter. I know they're going to walk onto me. And I know the Rhine's going to forget I have slam because he knows he pretty much can secure a kill. And then you just fucking slam. And all of them get hit down. And this is, by the time you slam here, your team's back. And you could have Q call it on top of them. And you would have won the fight. You probably could have just won with slam. We should be Q call out. They die. It was a good wall from B. A very good wall. Moira's on your right. Right, see here. Okay, we went coast, never mind. Never mind, we were fine. I was going to say that if your whole team was going to walk main, you kind of maybe should have been slightly passive and keep your shield up. Because your team could have gone killed by the Widow. But that's fine. You're still not use Shatter, which isn't the greatest thing, because now they have a Shatter back, and you know they have a Shatter back. It's a good wall. You pin in. See here, turn Shatter. I would just turn Shatter. Don't hold your Shatter. There's no point. Just send it. If you hit one person or 10, I don't care. Send it. One's better than none. Really. Right, we're playing this corner. This is a good corner. One thing you can do if you're playing this corner, right, is what you're doing now is good, but do it slightly further back. Like instead of here, be here. Because that gives the Rhine a little bit of space, but it gives B the opportunity to get a wall. So just think about the positioning. This is what I mean. You've got to take a lot into consideration as you play Rhine. We have a wall. They have nothing to counter my wall if I get an effective wall off. Because they can't beat your wall. Does it go through the wall? I don't think. I don't know. So you could just put further back, like utilize your team's benefits. Like here, we back up with Shatter. So yeah, he gets a Shatter off. This isn't great. You definitely should have known he had Shatter, and then you should have been slightly passive. But you just need to send your Shatter out, Casper. You just need to use it. That's it. You just need to use Shatter. You just gotta think a little bit. He's not using his shield. He's walking on top of me. He's backing up. It's all mind games. So that's a good wall. See here, you could have died, but you could have landed a big Shatter, and it would have gave you time to either get healed or to get rezzed. So that's not a bad Shatter. You counted the legs. It isn't great, but you counted the legs, so it's not bad. But you could have had another Shatter up by the time that whole situation came about. So, the play point, we waste wall, it's fine, whatever, it's just wall, fuck the wall, I don't care. Okay, See, info, constant peek, constant peek. There's nothing that can scare you when you peek. Just peek. It's a good wall. One thing I do is see if you get stopped by a creep thing. Put your shield up either facing the enemy or facing towards your team. Like really quick, last minute. Just because of the splash damage, because I think it does splash damage. So their Ryan walks. You need to try and figure where he goes. So try and change windows consistently. Try to match their Ryan. Try to match him. See when he comes round? That's when you go round. So he gets shattered off quickly because this is what I mean, right? He's had 3 shatters landed before you had 1 landed. And that's how they won that fight. The reason they won that fight was they just outpeaked you basically, because this is why you need to mirror their Rhine. Is he had free space to walk into that left doorway because you're not there to contest the doorway, and you've used wall. Like here is another thing when you could have played over this choke is you could have played slightly passive, like not passive, but like slightly further back to give B. Yeah, bro, they just play Lucio. Like it's just they win because they have Lucio. It just sucks ass. You've lost because of Lucio. Yeah, I get what you mean. You got a little bit lost, right? But see, so Ryan comes in and backs up. That's fine. See how he clearly goes to the other doorway and you go to the other doorway. See, now here, since B's used wall, B doesn't have a wall to counter him, to make him walk back. And when you walk here, he gives him let's see, he gets to walk forward and before you realise he's here. So he backs up again. Salmon dies, right? Jesus. Again, in this scenario, when you play Mei with a Rhine, and when you're playing Rhine with a Mei, utilize chokes and corners. Because you know, if he walks in and B walls this, he will die. Yes, they may come round his team to come help him, but by the time that happens, he will either be dead or he'll be in a really shit spot to survive. So playing further back gives you value. Playing here, because it gives you more survivability and it gives your Mei a better chance. But yeah, Evan's right. This whole scrim shows why Lucio is very, very, very valuable when you're playing certain comps, especially when you play Reinhardt. His speed is OP as fuck, if used correctly. It gives your team just plenty of time and opportunity, if that makes sense. His beat's very valuable as well. Good to engage, good to disengage in certain scenarios, and it counts results. And if you don't play a Lucio and they play a Lucio, you just have to play a lot more passive and a lot very, very careful, which is you lose value by being super careful when you play a comp like this. Because guys will have to be careful when he peeks. And you have to be careful how far he walks forward. Same with B, same with Krabs. They have to be careful on how much they fucking walk forward with their Reinhardt, because they speed on top of the Rein, you die. So yeah, you go around to the right doorway. You should know he's going the other way. He could be feinting it, but you should kind of know. Which is why you kind of want to play the middle ground. Or playing further back here. So he goes in, and Salmon's just bought in this corner, which is horrendous. No offense, Salmon, but you need to move about his mercy. I get they're playing Widow, but you can't sit in a corner. Because they walk forward, you should die. But you all... Okay, it's not too bad. But see, why would we hide in this corner being scared of the Widow and random poke damage, but then ult and fly into the middle of the room where all the poke damage is? About counteractive thinking. It's not really valuable. But, you know, it's not great, Casper. You didn't watch the doorway. But you should know he has slam. You should definitely know he has slam. But he gets it off. You pin. It's not a bad pin. Kind of just one of those pins where you pin to get value. And then I'm assuming you lose this fight. Yeah, you lose the fight. Thought so. Actually, yeah, you're not wrong. See, this is why I don't do support coaching. Simon, you definitely should be on the move more, just in general. Because I get you're afraid of peeking. Well, like Casper said, super jumping stops that. And also, if you're worried about getting peeked, why would we ult and fly into the middle of the point? It's just counteractive. Right, okay. Well, my favourite map on Lijiang. I love this map. Casper here, Ryan's not bad. He's not great though. He's not great on this map in my opinion. It's very spread out the map. And there's very certain routes you have to take on this map. It's not you can just go anywhere and you can end up in the same spot. You can't go take certain areas. Which is hard for Ryan just because he's not mobile enough. And you don't have a Lucio to be mobile enough again. Yeah, surely we use Lucio, right? Like, you've got to on this map. Because like I said, Bren's given the Doom pick. Doom pick's fine. I like the Doom pick. Doom's good on this map. I think Horse is good on this map. I think Monkey's really good on this map. Playing a more mobile tank is better on this map. Oh. So why is it right we go Lucio here? And then we went Pharah. Well, we went off the Pharah, and we're still staying on Lucio. I like this comp. I generally like this comp. I don't think Hansel's the greatest choice. He's not good, he's not bad. But the whole entire of your comp is mobile, but Crabs. So Crabs are kind of a sitting duck. He's like a middle ground pick. He's not a great, he's not a good pick, he's not a bad pick here though. Yeah, exactly. I've been speed out swap. So it's not bad. Crabs for you, honestly, you could have went Reaper, could have went Legs. Something with a bit more. You need to go with something with a bit more survivability if your whole team's mobile and you choose not to be. But I don't mind this comp. Quite like the comp to be fair. It's quite a nice comp. So as Doomfist, I haven't really watched much Doomfist guides. I don't really think too much about him. But he's the same as the first Doom. You gotta cycle your fucking cooldowns really well, especially playing tank. I feel like we already made the first mistake. Why did we go left? The reason you go left compared to right is for cover, if you're playing a more brawly comp and to protect yourself from poke damage. But we don't need to worry about that because we're not playing a very tight, compact comp. We're playing a very open, spacey comp. So really, you should have went to the right. If you go here, better sight lines, better value for Crabs. It gives B opportunity to go behind. It also gives B more space. You're playing a very spacious comp, so you need to play in space. You can't play cramped. If you play there, they have to speed on top of you, you die. Which I actually assume is what they will probably do. We go this way. All they have to do here is speed on top of you. That's it. You die. Like I'm shit you not. Even if they have a sim, if they just speed on top of you, you die. Just because you're in a compact space, you get no value on Doom playing here. So it's a nice pick from Crabs. But Crabs shouldn't be playing here. Crabs dies. Crabs is bound to die here. Okay, he's not. That's weird. So you're creeping up, Casper. That's not bad. Here, if you wanted, you could have crept up with your Empowered Punch. Because it gives you more space to walk forward. And it gives you a charged punch to get here. So you're playing Poke. You're wasting a lot of your bullets, though. Try and always save one or two for values as somebody forcing out too much. So you cancel punch. Why did we cancel punch? Like, why? You didn't need to cancel punch at all. Yes, the rank could have pinned. And yes, you could be on the ground. But that's not the end of the world. You have a Suzu here. But if you punch right, it gives you space. So see here, right? You ignore the Tracer. So you just go, okay, let's walk forward. I say here, you walk forward with your Empowered Punch. Because if you charge it up, they have to worry about it. As soon as your punch is charged, they have to go, Doom's got a charge punch, and that's when they play very careful. You could have gotten empowered just from that fire strike alone. And he sent out another one as well, so you probably would have even gotten even more charge. Or all of it. I don't know. But it's better value just use your empowered punch here. Because you're choosing still not to engage. Because it's hard to engage from here. So you need to give yourself a bit of a pump up to engage. So here you should have just punched. It's not the end of the world. You push him away, you give yourself HP, you create more space. Because if you punch him right, their ring gets launched to about here. Roughly. Or here. All you then have got to do is slam over to the left because you know the supports are there and your team should be collapsing there. You kind of got to create a lot of space because see, your slams are right there, but it's not much value. You would have gotten just as much value punching that ring that you did slam. See what I mean? We let the punch go there, but we didn't need to. So you're kind of cycling your abilities. You've still got empowered punch. You should use it more. Doom needs his empowered punch to get a lot of value. And I get it's a survivability tool, but maps like this where there's a sim and you're gonna get surrounded really quick, you should use it to engage. So you try to punch in, you don't do it, you miss it, which isn't great. See here, we should still be empowered punching. But at this point, you should be saying it's not working. You're not getting rolled. I get you switch, but it's not because you're getting rolled. You just aren't using them correctly. Like, I get you're worried that the Sims here and can counter you if you punched in. But if you punched the ring, you're only going to go in from here. And then you could have empowered punched, backed up. You could have empowered punched to get up to here. And then used your charged punch. Now, let me restart that sentence. If you used your block to walk up, you would have had it empowered. And if you used your empowered punch, then punched it ring. It's a good amount of damage and value. But at this point, you guys should be rotating. Crabs shouldn't be here. This is a horrendous spot. Because you get no value. You barely get the peek. You peek in this little left side. Playing here is safer. Yeah, basically. Evan's like my English translator. He says what I can't say. Yeah, there's just not enough angles taken. Zoom's by himself at the back, which left him open to die. Crabs is in a really shit corner here. Salmon's playing a shit corner. Kind of. If you play here, Crabs, you don't need to worry about anything. What's going to shoot you? A Sim? She's not got great long range damage. A Lucio? Still not got great damage. A Rhine Fire Strike? It's not bad. Dodgeable though. Tracer? If you're with Zoom, even on Hansel, you don't need to panic too much about her. Because this place is really closed. So she can't blink around the map to dodge you. Right, so we're still just chilling here, Casper. Yeah, so we just played that fight entirely wrong. As soon as you went to the wrong side, you just know you aren't going to get value going that way. Like, you just know it's not happening. But it's fine. Right, so we're walking forward, we slam in, it's not a bad slam. Right, you punched the Rhine in, that's good. See here though, see if you punched the Rhine in, it's not a bad idea to turn around and just face the team and then power punch. Because in doing so, you're blocking damage. You could be blocking heals if they had an Nana. And you're kind of body blocking the Rhine. While giving yourself value, because if you turn around, you went down on your HP. Look how much it dropped. But now we empower punch, which isn't great value. We go in. It's a good punch. I hear you could have ulted. There you go. Nice ult. Not bad. Not bad. You see, we empower punch, it just is not needed. You're kind of just like... You need to be a bit more practical on how you use your abilities. Because you're kind of still thinking old Doom. You just flunk them out and you get value out of it. Not the case with the first tank. Oh, sorry, I'm knackered. You need to like try and think how your abilities will get value compared to doing it as TPS team where you can kind of fire yourself in and your damage will do the difference. Here's a really bad idea. Like that was an absolutely horrific idea because you can't, even though Doom's bulkier now, you can't just jump in. Because you jumped in here. You should have known Sim TPs should have been, Sim turrets should have been there. You should have known that. Just from common knowledge. You slam their whole team, yes, you get a lot of HP. How are you getting out? You're not. You're not getting out. Walking here is how you died, because those Sim TPs hurt you. You're walking into the whole entire enemy line. You empowered blocked way too late. So I wouldn't have even jump over here. And if you did, what you should have done is blocked, because you would have seen these, backed up with your empowered block, and you could have punched away or punched out with Doomtech. So you just had to think about how you could have done it there. So they shatter. Yeah, basically. You're just jumping into the middle of the team. That was 12 minutes, mate. I've been doing that for a good 2 hours, have I not? I had to fucking go now. Fuck me, that's fucking mental. I don't know if anyone's saying frontline or backline, because I can't see it, but I'm assuming he's saying backline. Yeah, you kind of need to... You're just playing very old Doom. That's the playstyle you had there, was old Doom. I jump in back when I get kills. But it doesn't work like that anymore with Doom. Doom's very... The best way I would say what Doom's like, just from looking at him, is he's very countery. He's meant to counter a lot of people's abilities and playstyles. His job is to put pressure on folk. Not exactly kill them. Oh yeah, I have that skin. His job's to kind of like pressure people, force people to move, force people abilities. And in certain situations, yes, you could go in and get kills. That is a cool ass skin, holy shit. But at the end of the day, Casper, I think it's more knowledge. I think you just need a little bit more in-game game sense. Because you have the game sense, but you need to put it into the game. Like, as you know when the Reinhardt comes, when you play Reinhardt, you kind of know the shatter game. You kind of know where to, you kind of know your position, sorta. So it's just knowing when and where to play and how to play. I think main thing for you, how is he still unlocked? It's been 2 weeks, has it not? I think for you, positioning as Rein and using your knowledge to control your positioning. I'll write up some notes on it that may help you out. Well, that's cool. And for the rest of your fucking team, you just need to calm more. You aren't communicating. You just aren't talking to each other. Because I played. I was there when I was there when we played the map. You just don't calm enough. He's a very anti-calm. But you don't need to be. So, yeah, your Doomfist, Casper. You're just gonna need to get out of the thought of I can just jump in and do whatever I want. You need to think about how to use your abilities. Creating space with them. Or use them to force people away from certain areas so you can get better value. Hey, that's just discount Sigma. Oh. Can't just do that. That's cool. I forgot I've got weapon charms. You know I don't use these, like, at all. But yeah, that's about it. I do need to bounce, because I am going to the cinema. However,
they will fight us. You have my attention.
I will go over more VODs. And I'm sure Evan will go over a more in-depth team VOD that's better than mine, because I'm very out of my team depth. Because I don't play Overwatch 2. other than that, Casper, done quite well. Done well considering the situation. And just tell Sam to get the fuck off Lucio. I'll get the fuck off. Get the fuck off Mercy. Other than that, not bad, not bad. Good stuff. I'll write some notes on it. So the rest of your days.